What's happening, gang? Ooh, I see you guys here. Let's cover back on the mic. We'll get popping. There we go. A little bit cleaner. How is everyone doing today? Welcome back to News Dump. I feel like garbage today. I'm in like a stage 2 flare-up. My autoimmune disease is just like ripping ass today. What up, Bryn? What up, Brian? What up, Shadow? What up, everybody? How you guys doing? How you guys doing? Pile on in here. Let's get caught up on the news together, guys. We have another press conference over Highland Park. So that's going to be the reason for the season today. We're going to get into that, but first we got to catch up. I got to catch up with you guys. Tell me how you're doing. How's everyone living? Everyone having a great Wednesday? Everybody enjoy the July 4th holiday? Have you been enjoying the fact that this channel's active again? We're back. The bitch is back. Excellent. Brynrar, it's been a minute. Welcome back, by the way. Welcome back. Or you've been creeping, which is fine. You can lurk, or you can murk. So excited to be back myself. Goodness. been half alive. Almost died. But today, feeling good. Actually, I take that back. Sorry, I feel horrible. I feel good about the stream. My lower body inflamed. It's like, hurts to walk. It's been a wild couple of days with the autoimmune disease. I have this flare up that just will not go away, no matter what I do. But you know, I got some saltines in me. I got some sweet tea. Let's do this. Let's do this. Oh. I'm up in the Discord, guys, by the way, if you want to watch the screen share in Discord and kind of chime in as I go. Feel free to pop on cam, stuff like that. Doesn't bother me in the slightest. Hey, yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. I think a lot of people had a pretty crazy time a little bit before I went on hiatus. I probably should have gone on hiatus a little sooner, you know? Really should have. For those of you returning for the first time in a while, welcome back to the old space, old format. We got the ticker. We got the Super Chat merch lottery. All Super Chats enter your name into a merch lottery that if I get paid out for Super Chats at the end of the month, I will pull a name out of everyone that Super Chatted randomly, and you get to pick whatever you want out of the merch store and we buy it for you out of the Super Chats. So, again, all Super Chats go to that. We get paid out, I buy you some merch, you help the channel out. What a good time. Let's see here. We're going to speculate probably wildly about the Highland Park suspect today. I'm going to just keep calling him accused Highland Park suspect because that's what the news is referring to him as. Bryn, I bet it's been a weird year. It's been a weird year on this end too. It really has. It really has. Let's check this out. Boom, we got the Popo that's involved in the case. I got his press conference pulled up. What did you miss? Highland Park? The shooting? They might have charged him this morning, but he hasn't been sent. He hasn't gone through trial yet, Graf. You can accuse. He has been accused, so yes, he's been charged. But that doesn't mean he's guilty, is the thing. So legally, I mean, it's obvious that he is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we all know that, but yeah, no, he's in America, guilty until proven, or innocent until proven guilty. Excuse me, don't know where that came from. Innocent until proven guilty. So we do that. We do that here. It's fascinating hearing from Zimmy back when we were covering Brian Laundrie about how Italy, it's like you're guilty and it's on you to prove your innocence to the police. It's insane. That's insane. All right, let me load this up. Let's do this. Let's do this. All right, good. Here we go, guys. Let's hop right into this press conference here.
Spokesman for the Lake County Major Crime Task Force. I'm joined today by Lake County State's Attorney Eric Reinhardt, who has a few comments.
Good morning. My name is Eric Reinhardt. I'm the Lake County State's Attorney. This morning, a few moments ago, the judge ruled that Robert Cremo III would be held without bond and that there was probable cause to hold him at this time for 7 counts of first-degree murder. We have filed those counts alleging the intentional killing of 7 individuals. Based on the information that the investigation has produced so far, the judge found that the evidence was at such a level that he could be held without bond. Also, because the fact that it is a mandatory life sentence. Additional details were developed during that bond hearing. I know there was a pool reporter there for that. I can certainly answer some additional questions about that. I want to continue to emphasize that this is an ongoing and active investigation with all of our law enforcement partners. If anyone has any surveillance footage whatsoever of the July 4th Highland Park parade,
See you in a bit, Debbie. No rush.
contact the Highland Park Police Department. Deputy Chief Covelli probably has the best phone number for that. I can take a few questions.
Sir, can you tell us, there's been this question about how the shooter obtained these weapons, this question about maybe the father...
Oh, boom. Lux had me up high again. She's been borrowing my chair. I'm borrowing her setup.
Any potential criminal charges with other family members, the parents perhaps?
I don't want to comment on that. I don't want to answer that question right now in terms of what our work continues to be to look at all of the information and evidence in this case.
Is there precedent to
He didn't like that.
application for someone who's under 21? Is there precedent for that?
That is
Oh,
not
it's
something
cold.
that I have done in my administration. It is something we can get back to you on that question in terms of whether that's been done in the past. I know there's another state in Michigan, totally different set of facts. We can get back to you on that, but that's not something that I have personally done while I've been state secretary.
The bond hearing of Mr. Primo's statement to police was discussed.
All right.
Please elaborate on that and what he admitted.
So this
Well,
guy's
the statement was
gonna...
voluntary.
He's gonna get
He
it.
was questioned in the Highland Park Police Department. He was read his Miranda warnings, offered attorneys, etc. He went into details about what he had done. He admitted to what he had done.
Can you provide new insight into his trip into Wisconsin and any potential motive or motivations for that?
No, and I was also asked the question if he said why he did it. We don't want to speculate on motives right now. I'm gonna refer that question to Deputy Chief Covelli.
Certainly our investigation has gone very much into what happened after the shooting, what Primo's plan was. Investigators did develop some information that it appears when he drove to Madison, he was driving around. However, he did see a celebration that was occurring in Madison, and he seriously contemplated using the firearm he had in his vehicle to commit another shooting in Madison.
Do you know how much
Whoa. He almost stopped in Madison after the fact. Because this guy got away. You know, yesterday we covered a crime by the police where they fired on a suspect 90 times, hitting him 60 times. This guy went to his mama's house and contemplated doing another shooting. This is crazy.
ammunition he had at that point?
Approximately 60 rounds.
At that point, he did?
Yes.
60.
Yes.
What about his motivation for the attack in the first place?
His motivation isn't necessarily clear. I don't want to go specifically into what he told investigators. However, he had some type of affinity towards the number 4 and 7, and inverse was 7-4.
His plan was to go to Highland Park and then to Madison all along? Or
We don't have information to suggest
If you got
he
him,
planned on
burn
driving
him.
to Madison initially to commit another attack. We do believe that he was driving around following the first attack and saw the celebration.
When he got to Madison, did something deter him from attacking, or did he appear to make a decision himself to not attack?
Indications are that he hadn't put enough thought and research into it.
Have you talked to the female witness you were looking for yesterday, and what did you learn?
We have not been able to locate her yet.
Do you know anything about the affinities of the numbers 4, 7, and what the significance is of that?
It apparently comes from music that he's interested in.
What about the
What?
weapons? We understand now.
Music with a 4 and a 7? If anybody out there has any clarification on that, please let me know. Because I'm doing the, I don't know. What's the significance of 4 and 7 as attached to music? What do you think this guy's into? You think he's on Reddit? You think this guy's on Reddit? But not the cop.
Yeah, so in 2020, he bought 4 weapons. The weapon used in the July 4th attack, a Celtic Sub 200, a Remington 700, a shotgun. In 2021, he purchased a Glock 43X, and that was after his 21st birthday.
Sir, the shooter, sir.
I can't speak to why he decided to come back from Madison. There are indications that he didn't put enough planning forward to commit another attack. There's been some questions about the FBI and their response in Madison, evidence technicians in Madison. He did dispose of his phone in Madison, the Madison area in Middleton. That phone has since been recovered.
Chief, is the father cooperating with the investigation?
See, disposing of the phone, well, he probably thought he was being tracked. So again, this is kind of a conspiracy nut person. This is one of those kind of crazy, I don't know. I wonder if he's got any political leanings.
I don't want to go into levels of cooperation. We're talking to everybody, though, and working on getting the most cooperation we can out of everybody.
Discuss how long
In 2019, Highland Park notified the state police about the knife incident. Is there not a mechanism in this firearm identification law, that hard law, that is there not a mechanism where that should have stuck around? Like, why wasn't that flagged when just months later he's getting it done?
I don't want to speak to the state police's protocol or procedure. I do believe they've issued some information about that incident, the information they received, and their decision making that went into that process. That really solely rests on them, and I don't want to speak to their protocol.
But to your knowledge, there's nothing in their system that holds on to those things. That the person
I don't have access to their system to even know that, so I really don't want to speak to that. Dana?
I think clarification is a little unclear. So the Smith & Wesson that was recovered, was that recovered on the ground and that was the weapon that fell out of the bag and used in the shooting? Or was the rifle used in the shooting recovered on the roof?
The rifle used in the shooting was recovered on the ground. That's the object that he dropped. We're still looking to speak to the witness who saw him drop an object wrapped in a red blanket or red cloth.
So we actually took the rifle with
I don't want to speculate on why. There could be a lot of reasons why. I don't want to speculate.
It dropped out of his hands? Yeah, he's the dude. It's hard to believe it's not
All of the shooting
premeditated.
was done on the roof.
Made it out like he happened upon a site, but no, I think he had, in my opinion, it seems like this kid had, or this guy had scouted out a rooftop and had a plan.
Weapon he had in Madison, Wisconsin, when he decided not to do it.
The Celtic.
Like, it sounded like he had a
Is
plan.
what he had in Madison.
Can you provide information about what services will be available
It's
at 12 p.m. at
calculated,
Park,
you know?
High School?
Absolutely.
High School.
The FBI Victim Service Response Team, they're opening their Family Assistance Center today at noon. That will be open at the Highland Park High School. It's going to be open from noon to 9 p.m. It's for anybody impacted physically, emotionally by the events that happen in Highland Park. Tomorrow and Friday, it'll be open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and thereafter as needed. Additionally, personal effects that were on the parade route are being evaluated by the FBI Evidence Response Team. That's going to take a bit of time. The personal effects that were on Central between 2nd and Green Bay,
He was
those
in.
should be available this.
He was in female clothing when he went to the spot and committed the crime, and I found some security camera footage, or a still of him leaving a subway or something, or passing through a crosswalk or something. But he's in the clothing. We're gonna get a look at that here in a bit. But
This afternoon for those that want to collect their property that was left in those
Where
areas.
do they collect
For the
them?
state's attorney.
The Highland Park High School.
Sir, during the bond hearing, there were some details about how the shooting happened. The fact that he reloaded. Can you sort of summarize what was said in the bond hearing, since the audience couldn't be there? Yeah. So Chief Ben Dillon handled the Dillon Dillon handled the details of the bond information that was given to the judge. He indicated that from the roof of the store, the defendant emptied one clip of I believe 30 rounds, and reloaded a second clip. I believe emptied
Magazine.
that clip. I'm not positive, and actually reloaded a third time. And so those details may change obviously as the investigation continues, but that's the information that we gave to the judge today.
The shooter passed 4 background checks despite these reports of attempted suicide.
or background check.
He said he wanted to kill everyone and had this knife collection. How is that possible in a state?
Okay, that's an interesting question. I don't know if you guys could hear it out there. I'll kind of clarify if you guys couldn't. I have headphones on, but this reporter is asking, how did he pass 3 background checks when he had a history of wanting to unalive himself? He had said outwardly violent things, been detained for like domestic violent type situations. Like, how did he get through these background checks? What's going on here?
So a couple things. I made these comments yesterday that I think we need to increase our awareness about the red
Crazy
flag
ass
law. We can certainly
sirens
get
going
you
on right
the
now.
details of that red flag law. We have a little bit of information about that today. When I have said the words red flag law, that's a specific firearm restraining order. We have to get into a little detail here. There's a firearm restraining order. There is also a process to check individuals before they get their FOIDs. So there are two processes happening. So the Illinois State Police manage the FOID process. That's the fire owner ID card under Illinois. The Illinois State Police manage that process. Deputy Chief Covelli and I share the same response on that, which is that you have to get into the details of exactly when the information is given to the state police, what is the level of detail that's given to the state police, and then how they deal with that information for the FOID application process. There was never a firearm restraining order. That's what I have used the term red flag. That type of order has never been, Mr. Cremo has never been involved in that type of order. That is an order where primarily family members and other individuals can go to a court and ask that somebody have their firearms taken and not be allowed to purchase firearms. To be very clear, that did not happen in Mr. Cremo's case. A lot of the questions have been about the Illinois State Police internal process.
Jim. Yeah, why didn't
It would be on a case-by-case basis, and it would.
We might really need to tighten up, and particularly in Illinois, it sounds like really clamp down on like our risk assessment for these agents, for these state cops that are approving or disapproving these FOID cards.
Depend on the individual information that they had at that time, and to be clear, there were no firearms.
I certainly don't want to take the guns away. I just again feel like
we'd have to look at some very specifics of.
You can see in this cat's eyes. Like I feel like if this would have happened person to person, there would have probably been people who would have not taken his money. I don't know.
Confirm if there's now an 8th victim and you plan to file additional murder charges.
There is. I have not heard anything about. I've not heard anything about an 8th victim.
There was another victim that was identified. Is that the 7th victim?
Yes, yeah.
That is the 7th victim. That is the 7th victim. It's a total of 7 victims that have passed.
Chris, just for Mr. Reinhardt, can I ask you, sir, just on, did he make any phone calls on the road going to and from Madison?
I can't get into those specifics at this point.
Just on, as a public safety professional, just your reflection. This is obviously the same type of weapon system that we've seen used in so many attacks across the country. As someone here who's responsible for public safety, just your reflection on that same type of weapon being used in attack in your community.
Yeah, I was asked about my reflections upon the use of this type of weapon in an attack in my community, what happens to be my hometown. As I said yesterday, the state of Illinois and the United States should ban these types of assault weapons.
You got them, burn them.
We had this ban from 1994 to 2004 with bipartisan support. Bipartisan support. There was a ban of these types of weapons between 1994 and 2004.
Did he really need to reiterate that?
Horrifying,
right?
devastating incidents went
That's how I
down
felt
during that
too.
time. My position as a public safety professional,
What up, Justin?
as one of the many individuals.
How you doing, my dude? I hope
I'm good. Good home early from work because it was too hot for the machines to run.
Damn. It's starting to finally cool off a little bit here in the desert. By that I mean it's down into the 90s. Just the 90s. It's overcast with 90s. That's crazy, dude. So too hot for the machines to run. Let's see. So what, like, oh damn. Literally the motors get too hot, huh? That's very...
We think it's the computers inside the machine.
The computers inside of them. Okay. That's weird.
Yeah, it's got like servos that kept tripping, and yeah, they just, everything inside of it just kept overheating.
Need some serious fans or liquid coolant system on those boards, it sounds like. Yeah, boy. Yeah, on whatever processors you guys
Long
got
story
going.
short, I get to start going in an hour early and just run as much as I can before it gets so hot that the machines can't keep going without tripping.
Oh, damn. Damn. Just adjust those summertime hours earlier, 1 hour. You get your own little daylight savings time. That's rough, bro. But worth it in the long run when
5:30 is
quota.
tomorrow.
Yeah. 5:30.
Yeah, 5:30 is really gonna suck tomorrow.
Fuck. Hey, dude, that's early. That's quite early. Oof. Oof. Uh, man, this Highland Park stuff, it's popping off on the news. I think they're really going to I think Illinois got quite the case on their hands with this dude. I still have the strangest vibe from this guy. How strange is it that he dressed in women, like there's seemingly he's saying there's like no motive, but he ditched his phone.
You don't do something like that without motive. Like, you would maybe hurt a couple people without motive.
Yeah.
You don't unload 3 magazines without motive.
Exactly.
Now, that motive might be completely crazy and some, it's all psychological stuff going on in his head, but
Yeah.
it's still a motive.
Exactly. There has to be some driving force behind it and some premeditation to the spot. There's no way you just get up there and drop 2 magazines like that, 3 magazines, and then run to your mom's house like that in almost a calculated move. And then he was going to stop and maybe hit up another event. There's no way. There's no way there wasn't some premeditation and motive. There's a motive here. It's just such a strange one to try to suss out. That's what's got me kind of interested in this situation, is our suspect here is so strange. So strange. We have kind of low details on him, but honestly a lot for how quick it's happened, for how quick it is after the fact too. Like, I don't know. This is fascinating to me.
Responsible for the safety of the people in Lake County. We should have a statewide and national ban on assault weapons.
Damn, so he's just calling for a state and national ban.
Of course, he can. Yes, well, the arraignment will likely be in August. Just to give you the schedule, the next court date was set as, I believe, July 28th at the request of we asked to move that up to late July. He will be represented by the Public Defender's Office. They had one of their most experienced attorneys present in court today. They will consult, and this matter will be presented to a grand jury or a judge at some point for additional hearings regarding the evidence to see if he should be held over for trial. Obviously, we predict that, or we wouldn't have filed the charges, and an arraignment will likely be in August.
And would Bert plan on presenting the rest of the charges against him?
Yes, thank you for that question. The question was, when will the rest of the charges be presented? Yesterday, I referred to the fact that there would be additional charges, many more charges against this defendant because so many people were hurt. For each individual was hurt, people can anticipate an attempt murder charge as well as an aggravated battery with a firearm charge. All of those are Class X felonies, which have obviously serious prison time associated with them. But other people were attempted to be murdered, people who were not shot. So there are many different charges that we are reviewing with respect to the other individuals who have sadly been injured by this, frankly, who were present on the scene. They were shot at. That may also constitute an attempt murder charge. Every time he fires a bullet at an individual, he is committing aggravated discharge of a weapon, whether he hits someone or not. There will be many, many more charges coming in the coming weeks. I don't want to say for sure, but I would anticipate all of those charges being presented at one time in late July.
Sir, has this shooting exposed then a gap in the state's gun laws? I mean, as a prosecutor,
I think it's exposed, so that reporter just asked if it's exposed a gap in the state's gun laws. I mean, yeah, I think that's what, might be the significance to this in everyone's mind. Not that there is a conspiracy to tighten up these gun laws, but that there is a hole in their gun laws, and that maybe everybody has a little bit of room for improvement without removing our right to bear arms. Do my thoughts make sense on that to everybody? It'd be weird, because I've definitely dipped into, I could give a shit about the firearms, just please stop shooting them in my alley. Personally, but it is a fundamental right. Welcome back, Debs. Welcome back, Debs. I imagine this level of access to firearms has to seem crazy to somebody like Debs in the UK. That has to seem wild.
Had a gun. There were problems, even if the laws worked as designed. He still got a gun.
Well, yeah, the gap in the state's gun laws would be that we don't ban assault weapons. So yes. With respect to the red flag laws, you have to look at...
See, I disagree with his sentiment there. I don't think you need to just, like, press F on assault weapons. You probably should for the metropolitan areas, but, you know, do it. You'll probably need access to something a little higher caliber if you live out in a rural part of Illinois. And I know there's rural parts of Illinois.
The individual, you have to look at it on a case-by-case basis. When the information is inputted to people who are working on all types of public safety issues, and how that information is stored, how that information is flagged later. But with respect to holes in gun laws, we need an assault weapon ban, and we need to make sure that the community, we need to make sure that law enforcement is using the red flag law, the firearm restraining order law.
Yeah, see, I disagree, like, about the just assault weapons ban statewide. I think within, again, metropolitan areas, it doesn't make sense. If you don't have to deal with things like wild hogs, stuff like that, but don't press F on assault weapons. In all of Illinois, that'll piss off so many farmers, and you don't want those rural folk pissed off, man. Not the majority of rural folk. We've already learned this lesson as a nation recently.
So great question. The question was, how do the 19 knives, when you confiscate 19 knives, how does that affect some of the procedures?
Yo, I wasn't expecting 19 knives. I wasn't expecting...
I mean, that's almost impressive to be able to carry that many on.
It really is.
And I make knives.
19! 19, Justin!
Ariete!
Hello!
It's a dub horn for you. Welcome back.
Like I make knives, and that's still an impressive number to carry to me.
Yeah.
Like, are you going to a knife show? Why do you have 19?
Yeah, I
Insane.
He left the house with 19, and no one was like, "Hey."
There's constantly something new every hour with this situation, with this suspect.
It's very strange.
It's so weird.
It really is. Hello, Debbie.
Oh, man. Well, we got a crew today. What up, everybody?
Hello.
This is...
talking about. Many of these questions will have to be answered by the Illinois State Police, only because that internal FOID process is set by administrative regulations and is set by internal ISP procedures in terms of...
So he's putting it on the state police and pressuring the state to ban assault weapons, which is fair. I just feel like there's a middle ground you could take that's a little less politicized during a press conference so fresh after a tragedy. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like...
People don't understand the middle road anymore.
That's true, and they don't want to be, they don't want to be accused of obfuscating from their actual opinion or like the, mission statement of their party. But
yeah,
I think that, out of respect, it's easy to clear that up in a debate with, I was being respectful, sir. Like, that, do I give a shit about assault weapons in the state of Illinois? No. But is it a fundamental right? And did I want the rural people pissed off? No. I was trying to stop some violence, man, and bring some justice. So,
so much for that.
Yeah, Debbie and Danny are telling me that the Georgia Guidestones have been destroyed. That will be next on the list then. We will check.
Oh, boy.
It's going to be the next story.
Wait, they were destroyed?
Sounds like somebody blew them up. Which is strange. Some
people put so much stock into that.
Yeah.
It was a art project, for Christ's sake.
I know. It was the Illuminati who commissioned that. Everyone knows it. It was the reptile shapeshifters and their plans. And
I would never.
Yeah, as half reptile, we didn't pay for that. It wasn't us.
No.
Don't blame us.
I specifically said do not.
It was not us.
I've been accused of being a lizard person far too many times.
Oh yeah, same. And it's fair because I am. F it.
Same.
Please let me join the Illuminati. I want to go to the coolest parties.
I just want the money that comes with being in the Illuminati.
Hell yes, all day.
You know,
the money,
yeah.
the fame, the majesty, all of it. Give it to me, or I'll just be a cloak in the shadows. I don't care. I'll take the secrecy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. I'm joining.
Yeah.
We're shilling for the Illuminati now, guys. Welcome. Rosicrucians. Will they rebuild it? Asked Danny Dunn, the Georgia Guidestones. I bet you they do not. I don't know. Somebody would have to pay for it. And I think it was obviously Ted Turner that paid for it the first time. Personal opinion. It was
would not be shocked.
I think Ted Turner was behind like the art collective that put that up. Chandra's like, we are the Illuminati. Exactly. We're the shadow government. It's us. We are the deep state.
It's true.
We run this ish, and we've decided to burn your tax dollars when we're not sending them to other planets. That. F y'all. And your tax dollars.
Getting what's called the FOID card in Illinois. That's the fire.
All right, this FOID card nonsense. Again, I think there surely could have been a middle ground here for this guy. So let's just hear this guy kind of keep on his assault ban.
Owner ID card. And so, again, it's on a case-by-case
You got him,
basis
burn him.
with respect to
Recreationally legal where I am, and I am a
case,
medical
there
patient.
There have not been any firearms confiscated, that's what I know right now, but the Illinois State Police are going to have to answer those questions regarding their internal process.
Sir, more information on the 17th that's from one.
It would depend on the details of what was being said about knives, whether anything was being said about firearms. I have not seen that individual police report yet from 2019.
Sir, on the prosecution, couple more. The director of the FBI just spoke moments ago about this. FBI Director Christopher Wray.
He will run for office, Danny Dunn. He still looks a bit young for office in Illinois, but you know, hey, he will. You can tell. that's my prediction. Is he's gunning to, for sure, dude. 100%. Got to be running for office one day. He got the little pin on. He's ready. I don't know why he's dressed for St. Patrick's Day. Is that emerald green in his tie? I might have to turn the oven on the emerald green in the tie, dude. It is July 6th. It is. What was that?
Oh no, Chandra. Oh, I said tis July 6th.
Oh my gosh, burnt some eggshells that you were processing, and now your house smells like burnt hair. Ooh, gnarly.
You done fucked up.
Gnarly, Chandra. I can't speak today.
Oh, same. No, you're good.
But look at this political leprechaun. Look at him. What is this? Why is he... Gotcha. Wait. Chan. I'm also Southern, so that gets... Chan. Got you.
Oh, I saw it was Chan, and it made me a Chris Chan.
For a minute, I was like, is there seriously Chris Chan news today?
Lausch, John Lausch. He and I are talking every few hours. He and I were both present at the command post.
There's Chan news every day.
Throughout July 4th and July 5th. U.S. Attorney Lausch and I were also present yesterday at a press conference, and we're talking every few hours, as I said. We are constantly evaluating the information. Much of the information.
He's gonna have to get his teeth fixed before he runs for office, though. You can't have chompers like that and hold office.
No.
I won't lie.
Yeah.
He's got a few other problems here. Not to mention the Joker is his tailor or whatever's happening with this suit. I don't like it. His shoulder pad is an old jacket, number one. It's an emerald green and like black tie. Weird. I don't know.
Information
It's like faded black, so it almost looks purple.
It's also old, like his jacket. Dude. Like, you couldn't have busted out the newer daddy, you had to bust out the 2008, like, heavy hemmed, lapelled, like, shoulder pad daddy? I don't know, I don't like it.
Shoulder pad daddy.
This is an Obama era suit, at best.
I like shoulder pad daddy.
I like shoulder pad daddy. He's got a, oof.
That's what we need, ladies.
Back time.
Ladies, we really just need a shoulder pad daddy.
He's got to poof him out, I think, because maybe he's a little soft shell under there.
That's what I was thinking.
As a
Soft shell?
Yeah, as a human that's like 80% shoulders and shoulder width, I do not understand adding. I have to take the pads out. Not happening. I'm a shoulder chad. It happens. My head looks big on cam because I got a big ass head, but I got big ass shoulders too. It sucks.
Same. I got a big old forehead. Everyone's seen it.
I'd still wear that jacket. I would, but not to this. Here's the thing. I'd wear this outfit, just not to this. This is like Easter you weren't expecting. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Shoulder pad
this
daddy,
is last
Shatty.
minute.
Shout out
Yeah.
for the super chat.
It's last minute. Shoot, we forgot grandma's thing.
We
gotta get there.
We forgot grandma's thing. I can kind of be a little rock and roll. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'd wear that with some Converse. Like I'm laying low.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta be business cash, but I'm laying low. This is not the time for the discussion on assault weapons bans and
no.
After a tragedy.
So much of it has to be evaluated, with a lot of detail, right? With a lot of precision. The FBI is analyzing that information, and I would refer you either to Director Ray or U.S. Attorney Lausch with respect to the timing of any federal charges. We are working with them constantly. Our cybercrime lab is in constant contact with FBI agents.
Genetic experiment. They tried to mix Trump and Ted Cruz and got this. And they gave it to the Democratic Party as a sleeper agent. One day they'll say some words and he'll activate and just he'll just shave to the state of Texas into the sides of his head and go full yeehaw. Oh man, he'll take down a whole cold
yeehaw.
Oh man. I say Texas, but honestly, guys, I'm living in Arizona and this state is ran by Cold Stone Creamery, as strange as that sounds.
Wow.
It's Arizona's Sweetums. So like I'm in the one pocket of like of the liberal town that's not gentrified and like corporate ran, which is cool. I don't have a corporate overlord. It's really nice. But it's just weird because you hear the reputation about everywhere else being like, oh, this is Cold Stone State. It's like, oh damn, that's right, the governor. Yeah. And there are like ice cream shops everywhere though. Even here in like the not gentrified part, there's like 3 different smaller,
Yeah.
Ooh, Debbie hit us with
with that temperature, you better have a bunch of ice cream.
Straight up. Straight up. It helps a lot. There's one that I like down the road. I think that might be a chain though. Screamery. It's dope. It's a great ice cream shop. It's a great ice cream shop. They got some cool flavors. I like the local flavors because they're always minimal flavors because it's the desert. So it's like honey and a light hint of mint. Like, what? Yeah, shit we can grow in the bag, dude. Don't worry about it. All right, this leprechaun. I don't like this freeze frame. Let's get back to this leprechaun. So then we can move to the Georgia Guidestones and really go deep.
It's obviously all hands on deck as we continue to evaluate this.
I love you, conspiracy nuts, dude. Oh shit! And they found the guy guilty in the Nipsey Hussle
About
trial.
what he said in the interview and what he didn't say in the interview, or what he admitted to and not.
Shout out Lux for coming through with that news too.
What investigative leads have thus turned up is that while he was driving and he located this celebration occurring in the Madison area, he contemplated another attack with the.
If you mix all of the men from the show The Office, you get this cop.
You're not wrong.
If you mix every man from the show The Office, it would look like this cop.
He had in his car. His cell phone.
Their badges are
was
silly.
dumped in the 6500 block
I
of
said it.
University Avenue
They look like
in
Burger
Middleton.
King badges.
That was recovered yesterday by the FBI.
That shit looks
and,
cardboard, bro.
It's being processed right now.
Why did you go to Madison?
You look like you'd be. Sorry, what?
So not to mention that it looks like 5 dicks on a circle.
It does. Why does the star have bulbous tips?
Process at the Lake County Jail. They will go through a number of criteria.
Oh yes, thank you for the link,
He'll be
Debbie.
classified on where he should be placed within the jail. Depending on how those questions turn up, he might be placed in an individual cell. That's something that the jail will work on, and they go through their internal processes.
Yeah, he's getting a little stressed, so he's falling into Chicago accent. He's, sausage. Yeah, I just wanted to be in a rock and roll band with horns. Horns. They always say, their R's like that. In Chicago.
Chicago.
With their sausage.
You're really good at that.
In their Corvettes. Sorry, I've been around Illinois people.
Yeah. I can tell.
I love the band Chicago, and I watched this 2-part documentary about the band Chicago religiously for a period of time. And when I say I like the band Chicago, I kind of like the band Chicago. I really like this documentary, and yeah, it's just like old guys saying well, yeah, we just wanted to be a rock and roll band with horns. It's like they have the most Chicago fucking accents you've ever heard. This guy's slowly fading into his inner Chicago. And I mean, his name he's Cavelli. He's got the
Cavelli
Star Trek 60s looking sew-on badge.
I like it.
He looks like, 22 60s Starfleet. Like a commandant. You only see him one episode and he gets vaporized or goes evil.
During the interview, did he express any kind of remorse?
See, even the reporters are hella Chicago. Did he express any kind of remorse or anything?
I don't want to get into his demeanor during the interview. We'll take 2 more, guys. 2 more.
Yeah, regular Illinois people do stay away from Chicago. Yeah, but dude...
They really do.
But dude, let me tell you, Southside Chicago, dude, that's like okay, I'm from, a tiny version of Southside Chicago. I'm from Rogers, Arkansas, and I'm from the downtown area of Rogers, Arkansas, the south side of the downtown area, where it's just, gravel piles and everything's made of bricks.
Yeah.
And there is something endearing to the slummy part of Southside Chicago. That being said, you can't enter it. It's hard to get it. You don't want to get in there. If you do fit in there, you probably feel bad about yourself, honestly, when you leave. You're like, ugh, did I just fit in down Southside downtown Chicago? Ew. Ugh.
Ew.
Ugh. But, hey, I know we got some Shameless fans in the house. That's Southside Chicago in the U.S. version of Shameless.
You love Shameless.
Bonus points if you've watched the UK series, though, because that's my jams.
Yeah, that one's better.
That one's better.
He was in Madison and Middleton, Wisconsin.
Do you have any indication why he went to Madison?
Oh, guys, well, I've got you here. I've been that guy this week. I've been rewatching Game of Thrones, and this time watching Game of Thrones, I am totally the, in the book. I'm that guy this time. I'm just leaning into it. Fuck it, it's who I am. I like the source material more. I did it through the most recent season of Umbrella Academy, where I'm like, I love the changes, because it's what they change in Umbrella Academy is great. It's just good. But then you get to like Game of Thrones, and you're like, wow.
Yeah, fair.
I really need that old man to finish that last book already.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be 2 books, but the actual last book he's talking about is supposed to be way over there. And see, I'm already being that guy. I've been that guy this week.
At this point, I would honestly, at this point, I just want him to write the 5-page threat that he made. Because he was talking about people kept complaining about
You got a little robot on this.
Ooh, one second. Say that one more time. Go back like a couple sentences because you got robot-y on us.
Can you hear me now?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
He threatened that if people kept complaining about how long it'd take, he was going to write a 5-page book that just killed everyone off, starting with Tyrion.
I'll take that.
Yeah, at this point, just do that.
Dude, I'll take that. You've done a whole ass video game. Like, dude, come on. Priorities here.
He did?
Yeah, he was one of the creative designers behind the most recent the dudes from Dark Souls. What's that game?
Oh yeah, whatever.
Elden Ring.
Something.
Elden Ring. Yeah, that's like he did the story for that. Like, and it's like, dude, why what are you doing?
Yeah, that's some grade A procrastination right there.
That's beyond. Like, and I realize he has 2 homes, like one that he writes in, one that's down the road that he lives in with his wife. So I know he spends a lot of time playing with toys and, not writing, but he needs to get to it. But yeah, no, I've totally been the book is better dude this week. Like, the book is better. So even down to Shameless, where I'm like, I start with Southside Chicago and how I kind of like it, and go into UK Shameless is better. Like, that's just me. I am that hipster this week. Any hipsters out there, don't feel bad about it. It's who we are. It's our culture.
Just embrace it.
Just embrace it. All right, let's get back to all of the cast of The Office in one body.
There was some event celebration occurring in the Madison area.
Chris, how long did he plan for the Highland Park shooting?
He planned this for several weeks for the Highland Park shooting. Any last questions for the state's attorney? All right, folks, this is probably going to conclude our formal.
Yeah, where's my stapler?
On this matter. If there is breaking news or anything major that does develop, we will call a press conference. Otherwise, I would not anticipate major press briefings like this. Investigators have
Northern Illinois, though,
to go, continuing their investigation into this.
There's a bit of a Yankee I like Poutine vibe in his voice, too.
Yeah.
We'll be collaborating very closely with the state's attorney's office. They'll be collaborating with their federal partners. We'll be collaborating with our federal partners. Any specific questions, please reach out directly.
Is that another badge under his the badge on his vest? Ooh la la.
Extra badges.
Yeah, this is Illinois' own Boris Johnson.
I like it.
He somehow looks like he could be Ireland's Boris Johnson, but then you hear him talk and you're like, ah.
El de arriba o el de abajo.
Okay, wait. It's the Spanish I'm used to hearing. Middle of the country Spanish. Middle of America Spanish. I'm out here in Sonora country, so it gets wild. All right, we're just gonna go. Hold on. Before I follow Debbie's link, I'm gonna see if we have any news on this. Georgia Guidestones. Blown up. I'm just gonna type it into YouTube. Yeah, it's from 5 hours ago. Some idiot done blew up the Georgia Guidestones. Hold on. Let's watch this guy's video first. This looks like an old coot covering it.
While I was working on that, Honey Baby came down and told me that she heard it.
Already?
Wait. Is this Honey Boo Boo? What happened?
We're already 4 seconds in. He said, Honey Baby came down and done told me.
Oh my gosh.
Is it silly to say I forgot the Georgia Guidestones are in Georgia? Until that dude spoke.
Yeah, it sounds like I'm at a family reunion, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That was I like this guy already. He's fired up. This is probably one of 3 like garage shops he has on this dope ass property of his. I'm guessing this dude lives near the Georgia Guidestones.
Someone blew up the Georgia Guidestones last night. But y'all that don't know what it is, it's somebody years ago put up some kind of big monument, and they wrote some sayings on it in a lot of different languages. Well, recently we had somebody run for a political...
That was such a quick explanation of the Georgia Guidestones.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Georgia Guidestones are functionally a map for the New World Order to reduce the population of planet Earth to a sustainable number. It's some real Thanos shit. And it wasn't like, what, 12 languages? Something like that? There was a numerological...
It's either 12 or 8.
12 or 8, yeah. There was a numerological significance to it, which, again, like, just added to the, like... It had some real, like, Freemason vibes to it, almost. Like, nobody was sure who did it. I think it was Ted Turner.
They used the same math to make it that they used to make all the other, like, ancient monuments of the past. So, I mean, of course it's going to have some of those elements in it.
You're right. It's not necessarily conspiracy. It's just humans we only do shit so many ways. You only slice.
And when we find something that we like, we keep doing it.
We keep doing it till we're hella good at it. We build a whole culture around it. Debbie says 8 languages. Yeah. So again, like there was a bunch of astrological stuff on it also, I think, says Graph. Yeah, there were like holes placed where like if you looked through it at certain times you could see like a star or whatever. Like, they put it was a whole... It was almost, in my opinion, like, it almost vibed like a psyop to me because it was too convenient and too attention-pulling. Like, why would they do that? If that was genuinely the plan, why would they just let us know? You know, America's Stonehenge, says Danny Dunn. Yeah, just like everything else in America, a lot less ancient than Stonehenge and normally driven by a capitalistic need to do something or get people to look at something that's not the real something. Sorry, I'm spiraling. Let's hear this old good shit.
Office that said they were satanic and that they would destroy them, be the first thing they would do if they got elected. Of course, that person lost. But because some people say that, if they did destroy them, that would be wise. People, somebody puts up a bunch of rocks. And, it's a tourist attraction. People come from all over the world to see, and not that much going on in Elberton,
Did you read them, homie? Like, that's the most, like, I gotta blow this up literature ever committed to stone. I mean, look, honestly, Doo-Doo blew it up a hero, unless they're trying to build something bigger and more ominous. I don't know. Like,
if somebody blew it up, it's just gonna be... It's one of those things that makes you shake your head and go, "Oh my goodness!"
So wait, you don't actually? Somebody just told you about it. You started talking to me about it.
At some point, I'll drive up there, or I'll probably see it in the paper. Somebody will put up some pictures of what's there. But be interesting to see what's going on with that. I might jump in the car and ride up to the Guidestones.
Yes, do it. Ride.
You see what happened up there.
Ride like
somebody.
The wind,
one of our neighbors said she heard an explosion during the night. We work in a town. This is the granite capital of the world. We work in a town where people work in...
Ooh! Granite capital of the world. They got limestone and stuff. You think it's resonant there? You think they knew people of Lemurian descent would migrate to a natural resonant point like that and then read that after the collapse of civilization?
Maybe.
What? I'm spiraling again. That went real spirit science.
Don't do it.
My bad.
Quarries and have access to explosives.
Never again.
Never again.
That's what you do in a quarry. You drill holes in granite and using explosive to blow things apart to make granite that they use for tombstones and all sorts.
What's
of
that gravel 30 you're walking on?
Anyway,
what's that white gravel? Fucking
somebody
loud.
get their hands on some dynamite. I don't want to say too much because I might be. If I say too much, I might be on someone's list as being an antichrist. They might come over here and blow me up too. I don't.
Yeah. Hold on. What's this dude's name? Let's get his name. You know, R-Peak. R-Peak is the Antichrist, guys. Let him know in the comments. Let him know he's on our list. Let him know he's on our list. We're watching you. We're watching you, R-Peak.
I don't know. You know, we live in a strange world where unusual things are happening every day. So, if they blew up the guidestones, but they didn't kill anybody, I suppose that's better than another shooting. You got
Hey, stand in the same greenhouse.
all over the place, getting where you.
How many times did he walk out of the
just
shed?
Stay at home with your guns. And,
this is his fourth.
Take aim at anybody who comes down the driveway, I guess. I don't know. What a world we're living in. Lord have mercy. I'm just glad I trust Jesus for all things.
Have mercy.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm glad I got sweet
someone
infant
has
baby
Put
Jesus.
a picture online of the blowed up gobstones.
He has so many sheds on this property. There's 3 behind him. He just left a giant shed. What did I say earlier? I predicted 4. Look, boom, we have visual confirmation. He's got 4 little sheds. 4 little garages, dude. I am endeared by this guy. It sucks the Illuminati is gonna off him for exposing this situation. I'm kidding. But
I may have seen a video. I put up a video. I got an urge to go film the Guidestones not that long ago, and I got up there and there was a couple there that were traveling around the country, and they'd stopped to see them, and I filmed her.
don't lie, you have an urge to end the world. You know, because our peak is the Antichrist.
Walking around playing a flute. I thought it was kind of cool.
It might not be perfect, Justin and Arianthe, but this is the lower half of the ideal Antichrist.
There.
These are the shorts of the actual Antichrist. Guys, we've got to let our peak know he's on our list. We know what you know. We saw it. We seen it. Right here, that tattoo probably says 666.
We'll ask Mr. Computer what happened.
Unironically.
See what it says. See what's in the news. Well, here it is. Georgia Bureau of Investigating.
Of investigating.
I really hope it's called the Georgia
Oh,
Bureau of
God.
Investigating.
Oh, no.
Yeehaw, guys. Wow. Tell us about it.
After parts of mysterious Guidestones destroyed.
You know that's an old laptop because he put the pillow down because it gets hot. You know?
Even though the pillow actually makes it hotter.
Even though the pillow makes it hotter. You're going to blow the little radiator thing on your old-ass laptop out.
Partially destroyed. Let's see what we can get a look at here. Oh, shoot. Look at that. Oh, look at that.
Shit.
There was a thing up top, a rock up top. But instead,
Okay. Cool. Let's see if he goes there. By going there, does he mean he just is going to browse it on the web and point his phone at it? What? Alright, here we go. This is from 5 hours ago. Apparently there's no audio. These are the Georgia Guidestones, America's Stonehenge.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Just some pictures of traffic. Don't mind me.
Just some live updates. So like they're still here. Noon.
An investigation at the mysterious Georgia Guidestones. Here's a live exclusive Sky 4 look from the site. People who live nearby.
That yellow is in this season. Let me tell you, Lux got some new swimwear that's that exact same yellow almost, but with like a corduroy thing going on. She could time travel. She could time travel all the way back to 1961, and nobody would notice, and she'd still be fashionable and the most beautiful lady at the pool. That yellow is in right now. I'm noticing it on the street now. That yellow.
Guys say they heard a boom this morning. Right now, our Rashad Williams is joining us live from Elbert County, Georgia.
They only blow up the English section. Like, no one else here can read this shit. It's Georgia. Blam!
With what we know so far, Rashad.
Well, Destiny, right now we know that GBI is assisting with this investigation, but we've got multiple units here on scene, including the GBI's bomb disposal unit. Now, the GBI tells us there is still an active explosive hazard.
I need that to say Georgia Bureau of Investigating. That's not the right organization. The real GBI is the Georgia Bureau of Investigating.
Happening here. So to give you a closer look, I want to show you some viewer photos that were sent to us. There's a lot of rubble as a result of what GBI says stems from unknown individuals that detonated an explosive device around 4 a.m., which has destroyed a large portion of this structure. And we do know that Georgia Guidestones
There are
has 4
so many
column-like sides to
cameras
it. And from the photos,
there,
Sky 4.
Right? Like, surely somebody knows who did it already.
Video, and from where I'm standing right now,
like if you show up there uninvited,
we've seen several comments.
You typically get greeted by someone eventually.
Yeah, like somebody will approach you. An armed somebody, I heard, because it's Georgia. Because it's Georgia.
Yeah.
From people that live in this area saying they believed it was thunder because it caused their houses to shake. Some describing it as a boom that they heard and felt around 4 a.m. Again, GBI confirming they believe this happened around 4 a.m. So I want to give you a live look at Sky 4 once again. Over the scene right now, GBI has started to...
It was the ghost of Connell finally leaving us and doing us one more solid. Fighting those chomos that don't follow Proto one last time. It was the ghost of Connell, aka Fed Smoker. Has to have been the ghost of Fed Smoker.
Mark this area, and for those
didn't
that
see it on
don't know,
cameras,
what the Georgia Guidestones
they probably just saw a belligerent wisp,
Georgia, in part,
and then
it's
exploded.
Albertson's most unusual and mysterious set of granite.
Belligerent Wisp is my new fragrance, by the way. It's like Sauvage, but also like that Britney Spears shit, and it's edible.
Monoliths known as
Belligerent Wisp
Stonehenge,
by Murk,
which stands at 19 feet high, and it also serves as an astronomical calendar, as well as containing messages about the conservation of mankind, which is seen for many here in this area as controversial. Now, again, details are limited at this time, but just to reiterate, investigators on scene have told us there is still an active explosive hazard here at the Georgia Guidestones. We will be working throughout the day to bring you the latest updates as we learn more. And right now, you are encouraged, if you have any information, to call Elbert County at their sheriff's office or to contact GBI.
How do y'all not know who did it? Why do you need info? It's the Georgia Guidestones. How does the all-seeing eye not know who blew up its shit?
I mean...
Why do you even need us? Why do you even need us? You know what we haven't covered?
Oh, no.
And I genuinely meant to?
What?
You know, I talk a lot of smack on the older generations and the younger generations. Particularly the younger generations. I mean, I'll be mad at boomers a lot.
I don't know. I kind of love the younger generation. It was a 14-year-old that outed the Supreme Court.
That's what we're going to cover. Here's the thing.
Yes!
Here's the thing. I'm not condoning it. I'm not condemning it. I'm just showing it. But whoa. Yo. Turns out the younger generation, guys, has some heat. Like, they know how to get you. Watch out. This is from
Reaction
NBC
to the Supreme
News.
Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade has reflected the political divide in this country right now. For conservatives, enthusiasm for a decision that reflects deeply held beliefs. For liberals, a lot of anger and a lot of action in response to those losing those rights. All of this expressed at nearly a week of massive rallies all over the country. And in this digital age, Gen Z is protesting in its own way on social media. Doxing, or posting private information for an online audience, has become a popular recipe for revenge. And some of the most popular targets right now are all on the highest court in the land. Our Steve Patterson takes a look at the trend.
For generations, this was the sole unmistakable sound of action through outrage.
My body, my choice!
Thousands protesting the Supreme Court's bombshell decision to abolish Roe v. Wade. Last week, 5 justices supported the judgment, overturning the constitutional right to abortion access, upending 50 years of federal reproductive protections. But to many members of Gen Z, the new curators of our country's youth culture, this is really only half the battle.
Y'all, apparently the credit card information got leaked of all of the Supreme Court justices, and Kavanaugh got his house vandalized.
This video, like many others, racking up millions of views, reacting to the so-called doxing of those 5 Supreme Court justices.
Yeah. Our generation's just fighting. We're fighting back. We're not sitting here and taking it.
Doxing is when someone finds another individual's personal or private information and goes public with it, often on platforms like Instagram and TikTok.
Take me inside the mind of Gen Z.
Who's
feeling of frustration, of anger,
mass phone
of feeling
in,
like there's
in
not much
military time? What the
that
hell?
they can do to change what has happened in terms of the decision with Roe. This puts the power in a tiny way back in their own hands, whether you believe it's ethical or not. In a small way, they feel like they have a little bit of control.
NBC News found several videos like this one on TikTok, alleging to reveal home addresses, IP addresses, and credit card information before they were removed by the platform. TikTok telling NBC News, "We strictly prohibit and will remove content that shares personally identifiable information."
I just think it's ridiculous that they're able to overturn our rights like that, and I think that doxing will hopefully help spread more light onto this issue.
But what some see as a protest can quickly turn into an abusive practice of harassment. Earlier this month, federal officials say conservative Supreme Court appointee Brett Kavanaugh was threatened outside of his home by a man who was armed and intended to kill the justice.
It can be dangerous, and in some cases, it's been deadly.
Digital rights experts say doxing treads a fine legal line depending on the activity.
The protests are happening outside their homes
when it's released
now.
with the intent and knowledge that would be used to threaten, intimidate, or facilitate.
Oh, you mean someone in the government's actually scared of their...
whether it was public information
like
or
it's
not,
supposed to be?
it becomes a federal crime.
For now, as more reaction videos surface, there's no sign that the doxing trend will end anytime soon. Ethical or not, the practice cemented as a call to action for the digital age.
And Steve Patterson joins us now. Steve, I wonder, is there a thought that this has the potential to lead?
Holy shit, it's Steve Patterson, everybody.
Hey!
What up, Steve? Yo! Steve Patterson.
To Gen Zers making a stronger move toward the ballot box?
Yeah, Aaron, we reached out. We got some great intel from our NBC Politics colleagues showing that between Gen Z and young millennials, by far, no other group that was polled feels more strongly that abortions should be legal. Our intern, Alexis, she's standing right there, spent a lot of time interviewing members of her own generation for the story. She says it was kind of a mixed bag, with some believing all the doxing is raising awareness that will lead to political action, while others say they feel there's even more ambivalence following this decision, and that simply won't be cured by the latest viral trend.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.
No, thank you. No, thank
I don't think I will.
No, thank you. Oof. Okay, here's a rabbi suing Florida.
Oh my gosh.
Over abortion law.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's, oof.
Oh god.
Florida's 15-week abortion ban, a new state law, was slated to go into effect today. But just yesterday, a A state judge temporarily blocked it, saying it violates privacy protections in the state constitution. And that's not the only legal challenge to the law. Congregation Lador Vador, a synagogue in Florida, is suing the state, saying the ban impinges upon religious liberty. The rabbi of that synagogue...
It does. I was trying to make this point the other day, the first time we talked about it. Like, this is actually infringing upon religious freedom in a way.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
And many other Jewish people believe the Florida ban and the reversal of Roe v. Wade compromise their religious freedom. NBC's Isa Gutierrez has more.
Say her name again.
I got pregnant
Isa Gutierrez.
unintentionally when I was in my second year of rabbinical school. The very, very first thing I did when I saw the little plus sign on my pregnancy test is that I said a blessing, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher yatzar et ha'adam b'chokhmah, blessing our God who created the human body with wisdom.
Rabbi Rachel Pass was in her mid-20s and unmarried when she found out she was pregnant and faced a choice.
I decided, I wasn't financially stable. There would be no way to do raising a child and do rabbinical school. I terminated my pregnancy.
Rabbi Pass says her right to choose an abortion is in line with Jewish law.
It is religiously required that we have access to abortion when we need it.
That's why one progressive synagogue in Florida says it's suing the state over its 15-week abortion ban. The law, signed by Governor Ron DeSantis in April, bans most abortions in Florida after 15 weeks of pregnancy.
If the emotional well-being is going to be harmed, Jewish law says she's entitled and required to an abortion.
In a statement to NBC News Now, Governor DeSantis said in part the law, quote, will ultimately withstand all legal challenges. The ban, supposed to go into effect today, was temporarily blocked by a state judge, saying it violates the state constitution's privacy protections.
It will be a statewide temporary injunction.
In a press conference Thursday, Governor DeSantis vowed to appeal the judge's ruling.
It was not, of course, something that we were happy to see.
The lawsuit filed by Rabbi Silver's synagogue makes the privacy protection argument and says the ban...
That is such a sick ass mullet.
It's not an awful mullet.
Yo, and he's just casually there with Finn Wolfhard and Don Cheadle.
I love Finn.
Bro. Yes.
Infringes on religious liberty.
There's absolutely no question at all that Florida's 15-week ban violates the Florida Constitution. What they would make of the religious claims, that I really don't know.
Rabbi Silver started an initiative called HEART, which stands for Helping Emancipate Abortion Rights Today. Its goal to help restore abortion rights in a post-Roe America.
If you live in any state in the country and you want to make the same challenge, use my blueprint.
75% of Jews in the U.S.
I've got you a roadmap.
U.S. said they were concerned the Supreme Court would toss out Roe, according to the 2022 National Survey of Jewish Voters, which was commissioned by a group chaired by former House Democrat Martin Frost.
It's like a 1-2 punch to the gut, and it is trying to impose a narrow-minded view of Christianity on everyone else.
Not all Jewish people agree on the issue of abortion. The Orthodox Union, a national organization representing the Orthodox branch of Judaism, said in a statement that it was, quote, unable to either mourn or celebrate the U.S. Supreme Court's overturning of Roe v. Wade. But Rabbi Pass says that as a Reform and self-described liberal Jew, she hopes to see change.
I do think that using this religious freedom argument can be a path forward to making abortion more accessible to everyone in this country.
And Issa joins us now. Issa, this Florida abortion ban law is temporarily blocked now. So what does this mean for the future of the 15-week ban?
Yeah, Aaron, this block is simply not expected to last very long, right? I mean, we heard DeSantis yesterday saying that the state will be appealing the judge's ruling. We even heard the judge himself saying that it's unlikely that the appellate court is going to keep his temporary pause in place for very long. And by the way, Aaron, we also know that Republican leaders in Florida have alluded to proposing other abortion restrictions in the state beyond just that 15-week abortion.
Just dumped him a whole ass drink over.
Oh,
Thanks
damn.
for watching our YouTube.
Oh, damn. The worst.
It went everywhere. It's my last one too. I'm so upset.
Oh, the worst. Oh, all
I'm
right.
talking about Roe v. Wade. I'm already mad about it, and then my drink falls over. It's just the universe's way of being like, "Fuck you, bitch."
Welcome to Wednesday, mofo. All
Anybody
right.
who's been talking to me the last 48 hours knows how frustrated I am.
Well, I'm going to take a quick break myself. I'm going to turn
Sounds
this
good.
AC off, and then we'll be right back. What up, Tripper? Heck yeah. Welcome. We'll be right back. I hate to take a break right as you say hello.
Promise.
But we'll be right back.
Promise we'll be back.
Again, just got to turn my AC differently. It is cold. All right.
Can't relate.
I'll be right back. Like, comment, and subscribe. Real quick reminder that MURKradio is brought to you by all of our great sponsors at pillar.io/MURKradio. That's pillar.io/MURKradio. MURKradio. Go get some deals.
I went home early.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
The machine kept breaking down.
Oh
Hello?
no.
Sorry, I'm back. Let me just pop in abrasively.
You're fine. We're just talking about how hot it is.
It is. It sounds hot as hell there.
It is.
It's starting to cool down here.
Lucky.
Thank God. Because it was super hot.
My high today is like 107.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We copped a heat wave.
I think it's 101 here today.
It's currently, the temperature outside is currently 103, but it feels like 110. So I'm going to keep my ass in here.
Yeah. Stay inside. Just stay inside.
Turn around, don't drown, whatever the hell the news says.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's gonna hide. I need a popsicle. Just looking at it. You guys!
Ice cream bars is what it was for me. I had to have the
My
dairy.
babies are leaving soon.
Hmm?
My babies are leaving soon. Their new home is ready for them.
Oh.
I'm gonna miss those little babies, but you know what I have? I have 8 more in the incubator.
Oh, damn. Really?
Pretty stoked about it.
You're just chicken farming for real.
For real, from my tiny little suburban house.
Full-blown chicken mama.
Someone has to do it.
Damn.
I have 8. I'm keeping 3. There's 8 more in the incubator, so I'm trying not to be sad.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, hella spicy temperatures. Oh
Hell,
my gosh.
spicy.
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to get the format right for when we're in Discord like this, just kind of chilling as I put stuff on. I'm not sure where to put the ever dangerous chat box.
The chat box is a little bit of danger. Yeah.
You know, it stays somewhere ready to be deleted, but like, you know.
Yeah.
Let me try over here.
I try and stay on top of it, like, Mark, get it.
Yeah.
Yes, they're so cute. I'm trying to decide if I should live stream them again, hatching. It just took so long.
Yes, you should at least update us in the Discord for sure.
Definitely.
For sure. Like, all the pictures of babies. Arianthe, did you hear about my kiddo?
Depends.
He fractured his arm on the 4th of July.
No! What? Why?
It was an accident. He fell. He almost fell.
I would hope it was an accident.
Yeah, he caught himself great and then kind of fell after catching his footing. And,
oh!
Yeah, fractured his arm.
Sweet baby!
But
And he took it like a boss, though.
He really did. Like,
he's like, I'm okay.
He really did. That's a tough kiddo. And that was something that baby mom and I were saying, like, we were really hoping it was just a sprain because that's how he was acting. But then we were like, man, we're both pretty tough. It's probably bad.
It's probably bigger, yeah.
Because he was just he did what really a mix of both of us do, which is get like really lethargic. Like, we're just like, like just.
You try and like will the hurt away. Yeah.
Yeah, like mind completely occupied with getting that issue.
Oh, sweet baby.
Yeah. But I've got us, you guys in the Discord, I've got us in the Brady Bunch format. If you guys want to pop on cam or show anything, feel free. Feel free. I'm messing around with the Brady Bunch cam. You know, like Rama Mama has it, other channels have it. Speaking of, I know they've parted ways, but where the hell is Alley Cats?
Allie.
If you're
now I'm just concerned.
If you're watching this, Alley Cats, you need to leave a comment. You gotta let us know.
At least say like, I'm alive.
Yeah. Say hi. Say what up. We know what. Oh yeah. What up? Anyone been to Orange Beach, Alabama vacay this weekend? I haven't been to Orange Beach, Alabama. Arianthe?
I cannot say I've ever wanted to vacation in Alabama.
Yeah, that's true.
That sounds awful. I'm sorry, Chipper. No, I've never been there.
I've been through Alabama. Probably played a gig in Alabama.
It's just kind of one of those states where I'm like, I'll go through it, but not too. Kind of like Georgia. Yeah. However, I've always wanted to go to Savannah and take the ghost tours. Just because I've had so many people on my tour, they're like, yours is better than that one. I'm like, surely not.
Yeah. Oh, but Brenrar, yeah, my kiddo's okay. He's all right. he's got gonna get a permanent cast on, be a 4 to 6 week recovery period, and he'll be all right. Baby mama, when I was checking in today, said he's doing okay. It's just when he's sleeping, but they're going to the primary care doctor today to see if they can't get something for like pain.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Because he's pretty, sore. It's always the third to fifth day that sucks after something big like that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Where it's like you have enough adrenaline and other stuff to kind of keep your body going and get yourself help, but it's not
Yeah.
until you're actually in the recovery phase of stuff. Like, been a couple car wrecks I've been in where it's like the third to fifth day are just the worst.
It's like, oh, maybe I should have went ahead and seen that doctor.
Yeah. So I got a feeling tomorrow's probably going to be rough, and the next couple of days are going to be rough, and he's going to kind of adjust. But it just sucks having to see. So that's what parenting is: watching somebody go through different setting new precedents of pain and horrible stuff that can happen to you. And
Especially when it's stuff that you've been through before.
Yeah.
Like my children have definitely done things where I'm like, hey, I've been there, I've done that, you're gonna get hurt. And they're like, fuck you,
yeah.
And there they go, and they're hurt,
Yeah.
I'm like, what did I say?
Sorry, I just realized R Peaks, the reason I clicked on this dude's video it's titled "Some Idiot Blew Up the Georgia Guidestones."
Some idiot.
The reason I clicked on it to begin with was because there's like a witchy lady standing near the Guidestones.
Yes.
But he's not even there. It's not even his jam.
Oh.
Brynra says her son is the same. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
It really made me yeah. My father, when I got older and teen to early adult, started having really bad kidney stones because of a hereditary condition we have. He started like showing up at the hospital when I would be down, and like explaining to them like, oh no, that dude you have in the waiting room, that's a kidney stone. And they're like, oh snap, let's get him back here. Like I would kind of blank out, and he would explain to him like, nah, he just handles pain differently. So I had a feeling, baby mama did a really good job of making sure that he was taken care of. That he was expressing his pain, like how he felt, because we'll shut down. We'll just shut down.
Kind of handle it that way too.
Yeah.
I always make jokes about it. I was like, nah, I'm good,
Yeah. Or like,
turns out my foot's broken in 3 places.
And it's an instinctual reaction, like, no, I'm okay. Because you're reassuring yourself too,
Yeah.
There's a lot going on there.
Yeah, I had a doctor call me out on that whenever I did break my foot because he took an x-ray of it and he came in and he sat down. He's like, so how you feeling? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. It's probably just a sprain. He goes, yeah, you think so? Who are you trying to convince?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I guess both of us. And he's like, well, I can tell you otherwise. And I'm like, great. Love that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Coolio.
Turns out I broke my first 2 metatarsals and then my 5th one.
Damn.
Joke's on me. I'm not fine.
Damn.
Yeah, it still hurts. Like to this day, still hurts.
That's, I bet. Does it hurt when the rain shows up and stuff? Like, do you guys
Yes.
healed? I've never broken a major bone.
Yeah, it definitely hurts with the rain. It hurts with the temperature change. If I'm on it too long, which really sucks when you're trying to like get in shape and you're like, I'm gonna hit 10,000 steps a day, and at like 7,000 steps, your foot's like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay.
Yep.
I'll just sit here and die then.
Guess who's live?
Molly.
Yeah. She is. It said she was. I don't see it though.
Oh no. I mean, if she's not live, we can talk about this dude in Oklahoma in Dell City who just got busted for 59 pounds of fentanyl.
Whoa. Say 50.
Ooh.
Holy shit, a fentanyl?
59, my guy, yeah. Del City, Oklahoma. How dare you?
That's like just transporting.
Mm-hmm.
Del City
Just
traffic stop.
transporting that much health risk.
Holy snap. Okay. Here we
A
go.
traffic stop in Del City led to a drug bust that included more than 59 pounds of what is believed to be fentanyl. Del City police pulled the driver over on Saturday near Southeast 15th and Vicky. The driver admitted there were drugs hidden in the doors. The suspect let police search the car. Officers found 37 sealed packages.
He's like, yeah, there's a lot of fentanyl just in the actual doors themselves. We got
They're just in the doors.
Yeah, we got kind of a Cheech and Chong thing going on here. Like, it's in the doors. It's in the doors.
I give him mad respect for honesty.
Wow.
Packages containing oxycodone that also likely contained fentanyl. Authorities did arrest that driver.
Yeah.
Wow.
For that much fentanyl, you have to arrest him just to keep him safe because he narked on himself. You know if he's going to talk that fast while he's sitting there at a traffic stop when it's hidden in the doors, that the second they got him in there, he was like, I got it from Justin. I'm kidding, Justin. I'm sorry.
Okay, so there was oh yeah, here's this. Check this out. This is from News Nation. They kind of speculate on our Highland Park suspect.
It really is, Bren. Oklahoma has a really bad fentanyl problem right now.
Everywhere does, man. Let me tell you. Let me actually look at the back alley because there might be somebody puffing on some something that's probably got fentanyl right now. It's on the streets
It's
here.
really scary.
On the streets.
Well, and you see people like pick stuff up. You know, we went to the park not too long ago, and there was a needle laying in the park.
Yep.
And they reached for it, and I was like, "Hey, don't touch that, because if you touch it, it's got fentanyl on." I never thought I'd have to explain to my 12 and 5-year-old what fentanyl was. You know, don't grab bags when you're out in the middle of nowhere. Don't pick up pills. Don't. I know you think you're doing a good thing, but you're not.
Yep. Let that litter be there. Let an adult get rid of that.
Yeah, I mean, their grandpa's a cop, and so to them, they're like helping their grandpa. But nope, no, just call him.
Just the worst.
Mm-hmm.
The worst. It is. It's really upsetting, Renard. Like, I've watched some people go from bright-eyed freshmen to homeless junkies in just the year I've been here. You know, like you see them go from freshman with a backpack to looking beat up to wearing the same clothes for a month to not having shoes anymore, and then the backpack's gone, and then the overshirt's gone, and yeah, like you watch people. It's like they're losing at poker is what it looks like, you know.
Now they're wearing cut-off jeans with no t-shirt, with a belt on.
Yeah.
Around their forehead, standing up in front of a church saying that they're Jesus.
Yeah, like they lost poker in a cartoon. You know, it is. It's
Mhm.
genuinely heartbreaking. There's a few nice cats, but honestly, the nice people have gone away. But also, downtown security here has gotten crazy. It's like old white dudes, and they immediately pull the extendo baton.
Yikes!
Yeah, it was weird. Like Lux and I both kind of like just took a different route home because we were walking in front of our local market, and dude hit the baton. Like dude just got out of like a Civic, like a 2-door Civic. Old fat Wilford Brimley looking dude hobbles up, like he gets 1 foot up on the curb and just hits the baton. And again, like we see that, and Lux kind of stops, and we kind of press forward a few more steps, and he starts like hitting the baton on the side of this homeless lady's wheelchair. We can't even, we don't hear what they're saying, but he's talking to him and just like ting, 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 like hitting their shit, like being intimidating, like, hey, you guys gotta leave. Like,
that's gross.
Whoa, when did it get like Gestapo levels of scary? Like, he pulled a stendo baton quick, and all I could think when I heard the noise was like, I'm glad I have a lot of body. Like, I'm gonna just throw myself, if worst comes to worst, just throw myself in front of that ish. Because Yeah, I'm big.
That's weird. First of all, the fact that you had to say homeless lady with a wheelchair really bothers me.
There's a lot of that. Most of the homeless
I
people
know.
here are disabled to some degree. A lot of people, I think, are
Ugh.
messing their legs up to go to the hospital and get medication.
Oh.
So you see people hobbling around a lot, or have bandaged legs.
Yikes.
And it's like, you didn't have that last weekend. What the hell happened? Would you fall asleep too close to the road and get hit by a car or something, or did you jump in front of some shit?
Yeah.
Because there's a few people, like I overheard a couple conversations, like that seems to be their game here, is to mess up a leg,
crazy.
go to the hospital, get opiates. You know.
Yikes.
Yeah. Horrible. Horrible, sad.
Mm-hmm.
But also just part of humans discovering chemicals like that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, a rat will choose cocaine over food. Every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
It's that hard-hitted dopamine, that serotonin blast.
Yep. Just ugh.
There's like I know it's there too, but it seems to be in places where there's major cities. I'm not far from Oklahoma City, so the second I had to go in and get medicated for ADHD, they looked at me like, "Are you an addict?" You know, which is fair. The first doctor I had whenever I moved to Oklahoma accused me of being an addict because I asked for antibiotics.
Oh God. It's like, dude,
And I
it's
was
an
like, is that a
antibiotic.
thing? I was like, is that a thing here? People abuse antibiotics. How?
Why would they be
Just
abusing
by
antibiotics?
continuously jacking up their gut biome? I don't understand. But I mean,
Why would people do that? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
it serves no
antibiotics?
purpose for your body. Like,
And she goes, well, I'm a doctor. If I think you need it, I will prescribe it to you. And I'm like, I have a sinus infection. What? But anyway, I ended up switching doctors, and he told me the same thing that my doctor in Arkansas told me. If you run out of medication before it's time for a refill, I'm cutting you off. Which is fair.
Yeah,
I mean, I actually have ADHD, and so I just forget to take my meds. Like I did all weekend. I'm sorry, Justin. I've told him before, I skipped my meds today. He's like, why? That's a good point.
oof. Boris Johnson just said in the ticker that Boris Johnson promises to keep going amid calls for his resignation.
I wish he wouldn't.
I wish.
I don't even live there, but I wish he wouldn't.
Yeah. All right, I gotta speculate wildly on this Highland Park suspect, because here's the thing. Here's a thing that's got me kind of. He looks like the mugshot that's going around. He looks like somebody that has had a lengthy experience with methamphetamine. He's got that kind of weak jaw situation. It looks like maybe some teeth, something going on with the teeth. Got the big upper head. Like, he looks like somebody who's spent some time twacked out, specifically methamphetamine. Like, specifically on methamphetamine. So, yeah. Here's News Nation.
Good morning, everybody. I'm joined here by Mayor Nancy Rotering and
is this just the business?
My name is Chris Covelli, Covelli, and I'm the spokesman for the Lake County Major Crime Task Force.
Nah, give me that deep speculation.
New information at this hour.
Give me that deep
some of the
speculation.
warning signs
There
that
we
appear to have been missed ahead of the tragic shooting in Highland Park, Illinois, which killed 7 people and injured more than 30.
Where'd you go, Ariete?
21-year-old Robert Cremo III has been charged in connection with the shooting. Cremo is suspected to have used a rifle similar to an AR-15 to carry out the attack. Authorities say he purchased the weapon in Illinois legally. A Highland Park police spokesperson said Cremo has been cooperative as law enforcement searches for answers in this senseless attack.
My Discord
Now,
updated.
authorities released the names of those who died in the shooting. They are
Asshole.
64-year-old Catherine Goldstein, 35-year-old Irina McCarthy, 37-year-old Kevin McCarthy,
Rest in peace,
63-year-old
everybody.
Jacqueline Sondheim, 88-year-old Stephen Strauss, all residents of Highland Park, and a 6th victim, 78-year-old Nicholas Toledo Zaragoza of Mexico. There's also a 7th victim who is yet to be identified. At a news conference earlier today, Lake County State's Attorney Eric Reinhart announced first-degree murder charges against Cremo.
Yeah.
Today, the Lake County State's Attorney's Office has charged Robert Crimo III with 7 counts of first-degree murder for the killing spree that he has unleashed against our community. These are
That was
just
a weird
the first
reaction.
of many charges
no,
that will
Tripper.
be filed against Mr. Crimo.
That's
I want to
unfortunate,
emphasize
Tripper.
that.
The leprechaun has on a better outfit here. But
Well, that's good. There's still shoulder pads.
it's still shoulder pads, and it's still unusually well, this one's like Republican vibey.
Yeah.
But I got a feeling he's going for President Jed from The West Wing.
Yeah. This is strange.
Yeah, like,
That was. I mean, I
That's
don't.
a
I hope
really-
nobody took that was a
Really
weird
good
reaction.
pause
on me.
space, by the way.
right? He's kind of got his tongue on his teeth. He's it looks like a devolved Martin Sheen from The West Wing.
Oh yeah.
Like if you hit him with the microwave for a couple seconds, that's Martin Sheen from The West Wing. Weird.
There will
Weird
be
vibe
more
from him.
charges. We anticipate dozens of more charges centering around each of the victims. Psychological victims, physical victims, attempt murder charges, aggravated discharge charges, aggravated battery charges. There will
How
be
about
dozens of more
terrorism?
charges against Mr.
Yeah.
Crimo. But these 7 counts of first-degree murder will lead to a mandatory life sentence should he be convicted
Tripper,
without
that's-
the possibility of parole.
Tripper has a homie,
Lake
looks like
County
him.
Police Department spokesperson Chris Cavelli explained how Crimo allegedly plotted the shooting, including how he fled the scene by dressing as a woman.
We do believe Crimo pre-planned this attack for several weeks. He brought a high-powered rifle to this parade. He accessed the roof of a business via a fire escape ladder and began opening fire on the innocent Independence Day celebration goers. The rifle was purchased in Illinois, and the information we have thus far is that it appears to have been purchased legally by Crimo. During the attack, Crimo was dressed in women's clothing, and investigators do believe he did this to conceal his facial tattoos and his identity and help him.
I wonder though, because did you see the photos though?
I saw. I mean, he was dressed in women's clothing to hide his facial tattoo. Did he have makeup on?
It looks like it, and he's clean shaven, which is weird. They're not using that photo. Let's see if we can find it. Oh, I typed his
I really wish they would quit saying shooters' names and just refer to them as shooters, because their names don't deserve to be said that much.
Yeah.
Or maybe
Take away
instead of
the weird fame shit that happens with them.
yeah.
Ugh.
Trying to find the photo. Here's a photo from the day of. Here's the outfit.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Mark G. I give a hoot. Well, you hella active.
I wonder if anyone saw him climbing a ladder to the roof.
I mean,
Why does he look like a kid we went to school with?
exactly, right? Like there's a specific vibe I wanted to show that they were giving off that day. And it makes me use the word they. Is this camouflage, perhaps? And maybe they have an opposing ideology to this? Or is this somehow strangely in tandem? Because here's another photo of them arrested. Where is this dude's ish? Why do you keep taking me to Mark G's Twitter? Who even is Mark G?
I don't know.
Let's see. Just photos from Highland Park. Again, a bunch of different vibes. Another photo. Face tattoos. So not wrong in that.
I wish they would start calling him a terrorist, because that's what this is.
Yeah. Hey,
Domestic terrorism is still terrorism.
we'll get a court case and get some justice on this. I got a feeling that'll be the term, you know.
I'm kind of stunned that they arrested him alive.
You know, it pisses me off, honestly, because we covered a story yesterday where they shot a dude 60 times, fired at him 90 times while fleeing the police. That's insane.
I read that story yesterday. I was wondering if you were going to cover that.
That's insane. Let's see. See if we can find.
Jalen Walker is who you're talking about.
Oh, here we go.
We are continuing our coverage.
Thumbnail had a better.
Anthony Ponte is in the field today, joining us live from the Highland Park Police Department. Anthony.
We're quadceptioning. Their four-way screen is just one of our panels in our four-way screen. We're entering sacred geometry here, guys. This is like, you know, God's own mathematics happening on the screen.
I failed geometry so hard. I'm glad you're in charge.
This is
Natalie and Tia, some disturbing new details about the
News
suspected
Fractal.
shooter just announced within the last 10 minutes. Apparently, there were 2 incidents involving this young man back in late 2019. The first incident happened in April, so I guess the first half of that year. They report, the Lake County Major Crimes Task Force reports that this young man attempted suicide back in April of that year. They were visited by police. The family, mental health professionals were involved at that point. And then 5 months later, in September of that year, there was another very disturbing incident involving the suspected shooter. He threatened to kill family members and was discovered with a large cache of knives. At that time, police removed 16 knives, a dagger, and a sword from his residence. Now,
sword.
Okay, wait.
What?
Okay.
19 knives and a sword.
Okay, wait. This man had a suicide attempt and threatened to kill family members and still bought a rifle legally.
It didn't change. He still submitted his FOID, or he didn't update it with, or for some reason the state didn't deny him. Yeah. No,
Why?
exactly. Well, because there's obvious holes in the law there.
Yeah.
It's not as tight as it probably needs to be for people who, you know, have on the books instability. Yeah, the risk assessment behind the Illinois State Police is genuinely, in my opinion, part of the problem here. And that, yeah, when you came in, I think that's kind of what I was talking about. Like, there has to be a middle ground in talking about this, because that guy was like, we just have to ban assault weapons. It's like, well, no. We need to find these holes in these laws and fix them, make it tighter, make it safer for people.
Yeah, fill the damn holes.
Yeah, because again, this kid showed a lot of warning signs. Like the red flag laws in any state should have caught you in any county or province. Like, yeah, like that.
Like, at what point does the right to bear arms crowd stop and go, maybe not that guy?
Well, you know, and I think that's, you know, I haven't, the gun nuts I've known are all for the background checks. You know, they don't think that guns should just be given out or be that level of free. You know, it's absolutely like, and it also comes down to ban assault weapons in the metropolitan areas where you don't need a high caliber weapon.
You're not hunting there. You're not hunting in a metropolitan area, and that's what everyone likes to say is like, well, you need it for hunting and self-defense and da-da-da-da. But you don't need it there. You're not hunting there. No need.
Not there. So in Illinois, you know, where you have rural areas and a metropolitan area, you have to do those differently. New Jersey has a similar situation. New York has a similar issue. Like these shouldn't be state issues, number one. Because we see how well the state handles it. The state bureaucratic system that Illinois has let this shit slip through. And look, things are going to slip through any system that humans are running, okay?
Sure, that's just human error.
Yeah, but
we need to put a cap on these damn things.
Yeah, but this was a big one. Like,
yeah,
it could be better.
When you're in a country that has a mass shooting on average every day, sometimes more than once a day, something needs to change, and offering those rights those laws up to states is not the answer, obviously.
Exactly.
Because it's not getting taken care of. It's not.
Yeah.
Because the U.S. has, on
It's
average, for
slipping right
anyone
through.
who's not a part of the U.S., on average, we have a mass shooting every day.
Yeah. I believe on average, isn't that still the average?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's out of hand. I mean, and again, I feel I wish it could be county bureaucracy with
Yeah.
smaller
'Cause that would make
radius, more employees, more
Mhm.
genuinely
More hands on deck.
Exactly. And in the area that know the people, the county people would know if so and so is a problem all the fucking time. Then they probably shouldn't have a fucking gun. You know?
Yeah.
State people, they don't know. You know, Tucson and Phoenix are very different places.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
While they're both metropolitan areas, they have different ideals, different populace, different vibe. You can't. No.
Yeah.
Like, even metropolises that are close to each other, you can't necessarily govern the same.
I found from July 5th, this is yesterday's reporting. There have been 314 mass shootings so far in 2022, and we're in July.
Mm-hmm.
We're not even in the holiday era.
Yeah.
We're in July.
It's gonna get nutty. Like, it's gonna get nutty.
It always gets worse around the holidays.
Always. Well, and you know, it was a prediction I made when Biden took office, was that we're gonna have a lot more of that in the news.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This is from 18 hours ago. Highland Park shooter planned the attack for weeks.
Why am I not surprised?
Yeah, so now, you know, from mainstream media, we are getting a change in the narrative. I think that...
How old is he? Do we know?
So I want to see why they're saying that and what evidence they have, because we've watched the press conferences and they said, we don't know. We don't know why he did it. We don't think there's a motive. We don't know if he planned it. We think he just had the rifle and then just saw the opportunity and took it. But it's like, what? No way. No way.
4th of July parade in Highland Park,
No
Illinois.
way.
Just a short time ago, prosecutors announced the suspect is now charged with 7
To
counts
answer your
of murder
question, Mary,
as
I
the
don't
death toll
think I've heard it said.
We haven't heard it said yet. I think I found something that said he was 22.
Yeah, I know he's an adult because
Or is 22, because for some reason this guy's still breathing.
Yeah. I don't know how. I don't know how our
I don't get it.
police forces didn't catch him. He made it all the way back to his mama's house and had a glass of milk. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fuck?
Yeah, I just don't understand. Jalen Walker got shot 60 times because he ran from police, you know?
Yes.
And now we're here and this guy was able to go home and have milk and cookies with his mama before getting caught.
This dude mows down a crowd and then Black Widows off to his mama's house.
Yeah.
Considers doing everything again at a different event in Madison.
I don't get it.
It was crazy.
Continues to grow. At least 7 people killed, more than 30 wounded. Tonight, authorities are revealing more about the alleged gunman and the plot that they say he'd been working on for weeks. They released this image saying 21-year-old Robert Crimo escaped through the chaos by wearing a wig and dressing in women's clothing, covering his tattoos and blending into the crowd. Crimo was arrested in his mother's car, handcuffed without incident. Authorities reveal how they tracked him down and what they say they found inside that vehicle. The gunman, armed with a high-powered rifle, firing more than 70 rounds into the crowd.
That is a very fast rate of fire.
Oh, trigger warning.
Yeah. Trigger warning, guys.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll hit the sound effects. That is a high rate of fire. We talked about it yesterday. It was obviously considered, an assault weapon because of the ammunition, but also, yeah, this firearm seems excessive. Excessive, even for hunting. That's insane.
What are you shooting?
Authorities say they recovered an AR-15 style weapon at the scene. Newly obtained surveillance shows men, women, and children rushing into a store all at once to escape the gunfire. Today, deputies searched the home where he lived with his uncle, where they say they found more handguns inside the house. And late today, the names of the victims were made public, those killed while celebrating America's independence. Still no word on a possible motive. Questions are now being raised after the sheriff said all of the weapons were purchased legally. And new images of the shooting are emerging, and a warning, some of them are disturbing. ABC's Alex Perez.
Trigger warning.
Yeah.
Tonight, murder charges for the alleged gunman in Highland Park, Illinois. Police say the man who unloaded 70 rounds onto an Independence Day crowd, killing 7 and injuring more than 30, planned his attack for weeks and carried out the rampage disguised as a woman.
He brought a high-powered rifle to this parade. He accessed the roof of a business via a fire escape ladder and began opening fire on the innocent Independence Day celebration goers.
Sources telling ABC News investigators are poring over social media posts believed to be from 21-year-old Robert Cremo dating back from over a year ago. One video showing part of the parade route. Minutes after that parade in Highland Park, Illinois, just after 10 a.m. Monday, the cheers turning to screams. Many at first mistaking the gunfire for fireworks. Families running to find safety anywhere they could. Gabriela Martinez says she saw the gunman on the roof.
I was trying to see where it was coming from, and then I looked up at the Ross Cosmetics building, and
Is it so bad if we move to giant drone shows instead of blowing shit up? Is that unpatriotic of me to say?
No.
Is that okay? I mean, you know, battery-powered drones with lights on them instead of maybe... Just thinking of a safer climate. Just thinking of a safer climate all around, year-round, safer climate.
Well, you know, Justin and I had this conversation a little bit where I was telling him, like, I used to kind of enjoy the 4th of July because I like the lights and, you know, stuff like that. But now I play this game. As I've gotten older, especially in the last few years, I play this game of... Is that gunshots or is that fireworks?
Yeah.
And so I'm walking into the store one day and it was, you know, pop, 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 pop. And I stopped and I froze and I was like, those are my kids in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Another reason why I get paranoid.
Mm-hmm. You know, there's been gunshots building up like all through June, gun violence, all the way into our back alley here at our window. And so when the 4th of July rolled around, it was like, I hate this.
Yeah.
I don't actually want to go experience any of that. I kind of just want to go zone out and be away from it because just tired of the bullshit. You know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weird gang activity and like junky bullshit here and just robberies gone awry. It's
so weird.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And it's an open carry state, so people just go full yeehaw.
Ugh.
So honestly, the explosion holiday, I'm kind of cool with it moving to drones.
Yeah.
Here in the Wild West.
Yeah.
At least in big cities and stuff.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. If you want to bang out on your property and you own an acre even,
You're going to have to make friends with the country boys, you know?
Yeah, then do it. Do that. Do you out there? And here we got a lot of stuff happening. A lot of business going on. We educating kids and shit. We're not trying to fucking...
It's the attempt.
Get shot.
Yeah, it makes my kids nervous, too.
Yeah.
Mom, Abby Brosio,
And that's
was
what
grazed
gets
by
me.
a bullet, her father-in-law hit in the leg.
My first instinct was, did it hit my child?
Brosio running with other families into her husband's store.
Exactly like
her
you're saying
mother-in-law
there,
seen
Anthony.
here trying to protect her grandchild.
My mother-in-law was crawling into the store over my child, and that was just heart-wrenching to see.
Police say the suspect dressed in disguise so he could blend in with the crowd.
During the attack, Primo was dressed in women's clothing, and investigators do believe he did this to conceal his facial tattoos and his identity and help him during the escape with the other people who were fleeing the chaos.
New images show the dead covered on the sidewalk while several people tried to save the wounded. Anesthesiologist Dr. Wendy Binstock Rush doing CPR on an older man who didn't make it.
It was just,
God.
unfortunately, it was an elderly gentleman. He had lost way too much blood, and there was no way to bring him back.
5 of the victims died at the scene, 2 at the hospital. More than 30 people were injured, most by gunfire. For hours, this community sheltering in place while teams searched building by building. The rifle left behind leading the ATF directly to Robert Crimo. Police quickly blasting out an alert with a photo of the suspect.
I'm getting Aurora vibes from this dude.
Huh?
Aurora, remember the Aurora Colorado?
Yes!
Like, I'm getting...
That's kind of what I was thinking too, but like this looks like a guy, and I don't want to call him out by name, but this looks like a guy that I used to sit next to in math class.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I could call him out by name. He is in prison for killing his mom and grandmother.
Oh yeah, that. See, and it's a similar behavior with the dressing like a lady to go do the crime and stuff. Like, what is this? Like, is this a type of derangement that can happen?
I mean, wouldn't it have to be?
I suppose so. I wonder in his mind what he was doing. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
About 8 hours after the carnage, police capturing their suspect
need his
after a tipster
testimony.
spotted the car.
An alert member of the community saw Crimo's vehicle traveling southbound on Route 41, dialed 911.
Officers are surrounding the vehicle, taking him into custody after a brief pursuit. Police discovering another rifle in the car. They say all 5 guns he had were legally purchased.
Yeah.
Tonight, this community is shattered.
Damn,
Illinois'
every
governor
time, like,
outraged.
how?
Mass shootings have become our weekly, yes.
Pritzker. That JB Pritzker. Looking like a real JR, honestly. If he was to be Southern, he'd be a JR.
Weekly American tradition. There are going to be people who say that today is not the day, that now is not the time to talk about guns. I'm telling you, there is no better day and no better time than right here and right now.
The governor issuing a disaster proclamation tonight. Alex joins us now from the scene. And Alex, we're learning about charges tonight. What can you tell us?
Yeah, Lindsay, those late-breaking details, the prosecutor announcing that Robert Crimo has been charged with 7 counts of first-degree murder and that there could be more.
See, this dude also a big head that cannot do shoulder pads. We can't do them. What is
No.
up with that soft shell
Too
shoulder
strong of
pad
a frame.
What is up with the Shaddy earlier? Like, I can't. No. No.
Shoulder patty daddy.
Yeah.
Not this guy. This guy's just a daddy.
It's literally the opposite of the look for dudes right now.
More charges to come. Now, Crimo's family, through their attorney, did
Shoulder pads are in for Chris Jenner and Romulan High Command. That's it. That's it.
release a statement. It says, in part, this is a terrible
End of
tragedy.
list.
Our hearts, thoughts, and prayers go out to everybody. Now, authorities here have told their law enforcement partners that Crimo is talking and that he has indicated through statements that he takes responsibility for this attack. Lindsay?
Alex, thank you.
Ah, George Stephanopoulos. Oh,
No.
Oh no. Red alert, gang. It's George.
Everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC.
No. 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 No thanks for checking that out. I don't care what you have to say, Stephanopoulos. Arianthe, Justin, what you guys got going on right now? We're at the end of News Dump. It's been particularly rough news lately, so I want to have a silly goose time or talk about cryptids or play a game.
Oh, I love cryptids.
Yeah, take a quick break. I grab some lunch and then come back.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through a list of cryptids and pick one. You wanna?
Yeah. Cryptid roulette.
Okay, hold on.
Cryptid roulette. Wait, save the decision for the beginning of the next stream. That's just what we'll do. Cryptid roulette. That's what I'll title it.
Yes.
Boom. We'll cryptid roulette this.
All right, I have a big list pulled up, so we'll just pick a number.
Hell yes. Ooh, guys. It's not the 70s, mate, says Tripper. Sorry. Tripper's
Right.
comment about dressing like a woman and not getting away with it. Yeah, you really won't.
You're right, though.
But guys, let's also have some fun today. The next stream's not going to be in a playlist.
It's been a rough few days. I think it's time to have some fun.
It really has been. America didn't deserve a birthday.
No, huh?
You know, America didn't deserve
As a woman, you're right.
Yeah, America didn't deserve a birthday. And oh, I got the consultation for my vasectomy is booked for the 22nd.
Hey!
At the end of July, if the channel goes dark for a week, it's because I'm recovering from a vasectomy. But I'm going to try to just like fill the Discord with updates and stuff.
It'll only take a couple of days. You'll be all right.
Yeah. Hopefully, like, take the fear away from some of the dudes. Like, hey guys, it's covered by insurance. Go get it done. It's also reversible.
Go do it.
Go get it
It's
done.
covered by most state insurances, if not all.
No reason not to.
If not, please contact your local Planned Parenthood. If you live in a blue state where they're not shut down, they will help you find resources to pay for it. And if that doesn't work, let me know. I get you a GoFundMe set up.
Yeah, there you go. Yes. Exactly.
We will pay for that snip.
Exactly. But
Do my due diligence.
I'm gonna take a quick break, and I'll be right
Yes.
back. I'll just
Sounds good.
I'll just deafen here in Discord, and stay in
Alrighty.
here. You guys pop out, pop back in. It'll probably be 10:15, and I'll be back.
Okay.
See you guys in the next video. Again, we are brought to you by all of our sponsors at pillar.io/MURKradio. That's pillar.io/MURKradio. We have all kinds of deals there, gang. We've got Deathwish Coffee, Battery Ship, Gamefly, NordVPN. Did I already say BarkBox? We got BarkBox still. Go check it out. We didn't drop any endorsements. We changed VPNs. We'll keep it updated. I'm going to try to get the Discord invite link on Pillar too, so everything's just right there on Pillar. There's a player for my music. If you want to listen to my music on Spotify, you can check it out right from the Pillar link. It's in the description below. It's also super easy to type out. Anyway, see you guys here in just a bit. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.